Justice Hatman.
Here.
Justice Sherrill.
Here.
Justice Seitz.
Here.
Justice Miller.
Here.
Justice Thornton.
Here.
Justice Cone. Stay. Justice Harbor.
Here.
Justice Emmons.
Here.
Justice Edwards.
Here. All right, everybody could stand for prayer and pledge allegiance. Sheriff, will you lead in prayer, please?
Lord, we humbly come before you tonight and thank you for the many blessings you bestowed upon us throughout our lives, Lord. Lord, we ask that you be with those that can't be here tonight for sickness or injuries or whatever, Lord. We ask that have a hedge of protection over us during this cold snap and possible upcoming winter weather, Lord. Lord, we hope that you bless each one of us here as we do the business of the county. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Reading the last month's minutes.
Izard County Quorum Court met in regular session on Monday, December the 2nd at 5 p.m. Justices Sanders, Hatman, Sherrill, Mosier, Miller, Thornton, Cone, Cooper, and Emmons were present. The minutes of the November meeting were read and approved on a motion by Justice Miller and a second by Justice Emmons with all in favor. Ordinance number 2024-23, an emergency ordinance for the protection of the traveling public, condition and maintenance of the county road, maintain public roads in Izard County and within its unincorporated limits to declare an emergency and for other purposes was approved on a motion by Justice Miller and seconded by Justice Hatman. After a roll call vote, all were in favor. Appropriation ordinance number 2024-29, an ordinance to appropriate funds into Fund 1006 from the ARPA Fund 3046, Welch Couch and Company Federal Audit, was approved on a motion by Justice Miller and seconded by Justice Thornton. After a roll call vote, all were in favor. Ordinance number 2024-30, an ordinance to obligate remaining ARPA funds on the books of the county and to declare an emergency, was approved on a motion by Justice Miller and a second by Justice Emmons. After a roll call vote, all were in favor. Ordinance number 2024-31, an ordinance to repeal Izard County Ordinance number 2022-20, was approved on a motion by Justice Miller and seconded by Justice Sherrill. After a roll call vote, all were in favor. Ordinance number 2024-32, an ordinance amending ordinance number 2024-17 and establishing Izard County policy for the compensation of Izard County Board of Election Commissioners and Izard County poll workers and the Izard County Election Coordinator, was approved on a motion by Justice Miller and a second by Justice Sanders. After a roll call vote, all were in favor. Ordinance number 2024-33, an ordinance levying the school taxes, county taxes, and municipal taxes for the year 2024 to be collected in 2025, was approved on a motion by Justice Miller and a second by Justice Hatman. After a roll call vote, all were in favor. Resolution number 2024-34, a resolution naming the Izard County Detention Facility Addition, the Jack Yancey Jail Addition, was approved on a motion by Justice Emmons and a second by Justice Thornton, with all in favor. With no other business, the court adjourned at 5:47 p.m. on a motion by Justice Emmons and a second by Justice Miller.
Go ahead and let's add this special meeting.
Izard County Quorum Court met for a special meeting on Friday, December the 17th at 12:30 p.m. Justices Sanders, Hatman, Sherrill, Mosier, Miller, Cone, and Emmons were present. Ordinance number 2024-35, an ordinance to establish the annual operating budget for 2025, was approved on a motion by Justice Miller and seconded by Justice Hatman, with all in favor. Appropriation ordinance 2024-36, an ordinance to amend the 2024 election budget, was approved on a motion by Justice Miller and seconded by Justice Hatman, with all in favor. With no other business, the court adjourned at 12:46 p.m. on a motion by Justice Miller and seconded by Justice Moe.
Heard the reading of the minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as read.
Second. Motion second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say likewise. Comments from the audience? First ordinance.
Ordinance 2025-1. Y'all bear with me. It's quite lengthy. Be it enacted by the Quorum Court of the County of Izard, State of Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance setting the regular meeting, time and place, and procedural and other rules for the Izard County Quorum Court. Procedural rules. In the absence of a specific rule of procedure as set out in this procedural ordinance, the rules of procedure for transactions, business, at all regular and special sessions of the Quorum Court shall be Robert's Rules of Order, newly revised, except where they conflict with the general laws of the state of Arkansas. The Quorum Court may, at any regular meeting, revise or modify these rules or adopt new rules by a majority vote of the full membership. Secretariat designated. Section 2. The county clerk shall serve as a secretariat to the Quorum Court and shall perform the following duties: attend regular and special meetings of the Quorum Court and keep written minutes of such meetings, which include the final vote of each ordinance or resolution indicating the vote of each individual member on the question. Perform all administrative and record-keeping duties of the Quorum Court. Perform all other duties as may be required by the Quorum Court through county ordinance. Section 3, Legal Counsel. Izard County Prosecuting Attorney or their deputy shall serve as legal counsel of the Quorum Court and shall perform the following duties: attend all regular and special meetings of the Quorum Court, provide legal advice to the Quorum Court, perform all other duties as may be required by the Quorum Court. The Quorum Court of Izard County may elect to compensate the prosecuting attorney or their deputy for legal services rendered. The Quorum Court may, by ordinance, provide for the appropriation of funds for the employment of a county civil attorney or county attorney in addition to the services rendered by the prosecutor or deputy prosecutor. Section 4. Recordation of ordinances and resolutions. There shall be maintained in the office of the county clerk of the Quorum Court a county ordinance and resolution register for all of the ordinances, resolution, and amendments to each adopted and approved by the Quorum Court. Entries in such register shall be sequentially numbered in the order adopted and approved, provided, however, the separate sequential number system shall be maintained for both ordinances and resolutions. The register shall be maintained by the county clerk as a permanent record of the Quorum Court and shall contain that minimum information needed for indexing as required in Arkansas Code 14-4-903. Permanent record. There shall be maintained in the courthouse a permanent record of all ordinances and resolutions in the form of a uniform, bound county code in which each enactment is entered in full after passage and approval, except when a code or budget is adopted by reference. Such permanent records shall be so indexed to provide for efficient identification, location, and retrieval of all ordinances. Any resolutions by subject, register number, and date enacted. Such permanent record may be by book and page. Use of a form or codification such as that used by the state of Arkansas will constitute substantial compliance with this section and state law. This permanent record requirement shall agree with the requirements listed in Arkansas Code 14-4-903. Section 5, Organization Meeting. The justices of the peace elected in each county shall assemble and organize as a county Quorum Court body on the first regular meeting date after the beginning of the justice's term in office, or the county judge may schedule the biennial meeting date of the Quorum Court on a date in January other than the first regular meeting date of the Quorum Court after the beginning of the justice's term. Section 6, Regular Meetings. The regular monthly meeting of the Quorum Court shall be held on the first Monday of each month. The meeting time is 5 p.m. and the meeting place is located at 80 East Main, Melbourne, Arkansas. All regular meetings of the Quorum Court shall confirm with the Arkansas Freedom of Information Act. By declaration of an emergency or determination that an emergency exists and the safety of the general public is at risk, the county judge may change the date, place, or time of the regular meeting of the Quorum Court upon a 24-hour notice. All meetings are recorded and posted on YouTube. Section 7, Special Meetings. The county judge or a majority of the elected justices of the peace may call special meetings upon at least a 24-hour notice. The notice of a special meeting shall specify the subjects, date, time, and designated location of the special meeting. Only such business as was included in the notice may be considered. Notice of a special meeting given at any regular or special meeting of the Quorum Court shall constitute due notice to the members present. The county clerk shall be responsible for giving timely notice to absent members, as well as giving public notice, containing the information specified in subsection A of this section. Notice of a special meeting of the Quorum Court called by the county judge and other than a regular meeting of the Quorum Court shall be accomplished by the county judge, notifying the county clerk in writing if time permits, who shall be responsible for notifying each justice of the peace individually in writing if time permits, and giving due public notice containing information specified in subsection A. Notice of a special meeting of the Quorum Court called by a majority of the justices of the peace shall be accomplished by one member notifying the county clerk in writing if time permits, who shall be responsible for notifying each justice of the peace individually in writing if time permits, and giving due public notice containing information specified in subsection A of this section. All special meetings of the Quorum Court or any of these committees shall be in conformance with Arkansas Freedom of Information Act. Section 8, Agenda. It shall be the responsibility of the county judge's assistant to prepare and distribute the Quorum Court's agenda to the Quorum Court members and the public. The name of the sponsor of each ordinance or resolution will be noted when it is placed on the agenda. An ordinance or resolution may only be sponsored by a member of the Quorum Court, or by initiative, or by referendum. The following procedures will be followed by the county judge's assistant regarding the agenda. 1. Deadline for all Quorum Court members and others wishing to place an item on the agenda for the next Quorum Court meeting will be noon Wednesday preceding the Monday meeting date. A request of an item to be placed on the agenda by a Quorum Court member may be denied at the county judge's discretion. Number 2, upon receiving all agenda items by Wednesday noon, the county judge's assistant will complete the agenda and post it on the county's website, listed under the Quorum Court tab. While it is not always possible to have all agenda items by Wednesday at noon, and occasionally other late items will be added to the agenda by Monday meeting day, this practice is to be discouraged, since it tends to alienate citizens who may have an interest in those late added issues and not have had time to communicate with their JP or schedule time to attend the meeting. The order of business for the agenda is presented as noted below. Call to order, roll call by county clerk, establish a quorum, prayer and pledge allegiance, minutes, treasury report, old business, new business, public comments, and adjournment. Section 9, Executive Session. The Quorum Court may call an executive session upon a majority vote of the whole number of justices comprising the Quorum Court. The executive session will be called only for the purpose of considering employment, appointment, promotion, demotion, disciplining, or registration of any public officer or employee. The specific purpose of the executive session shall be announced in public before going into executive session. Only the person holding the top administrative position in the department or office involved, the immediate supervisor of the employee involved, and the employee may be present at the executive session when so requested by the Quorum Court. Any person being interviewed for the top administrative position in the county, department, or office involved may be present at the executive session when so requested by the quorum court. Executive sessions will never be called for the purpose of defeating the reason or the spirit of this chapter. No resolution, ordinance, rule, contract, regulation, or motion considered or arrived at in executive session will be legal unless, following the executive session, the quorum court reconvenes in public session and presents and votes on the resolution, ordinance, rule, contract, or regulation or motion. Section 10. Public notification of meetings. In addition to all other duties required by law, the county clerk shall be responsible for giving the public notification required by the Arkansas Freedom of Information Act of regular and special meetings of the quorum court and committees thereof. Committee chairpersons shall give the county clerk notice of meetings of their committees in enough time for compliance with public notifications in such meeting as required by state law. Section 11, Freedom of Information Act. All regular, special, and committee meetings of the quorum court will be subject to the Arkansas Freedom of Information Act. Attendance and meeting by county treasurer. Section 12. In addition to all other duties required by law, the county treasurer will be asked to attend all regular meetings of the quorum court for the purpose of responding to any questions which may arise concerning the financial statement required to be submitted monthly to the quorum court by the county treasurer. In addition to all other duties required by law, the county treasurer will be asked to attend any special meeting of the quorum court where such attendance is deemed necessary by members of the quorum court or the county judge. Timely notice of such need for attendance shall be furnished the county treasurer, giving the purpose for which attendance is requested. Attendance at meetings by county sheriff. In addition to all other duties required by law, the county sheriff or one of the deputy sheriffs will be asked to attend all regular and special meetings of the quorum court. Committees. Here's the definitions. Whenever the term standing committee is used in this section, it shall mean a committee of the quorum court constituted to perform in a continuing function intended to remain in existence. Number 2, whenever the term special committee is used, it shall mean a committee of the quorum court constituted to complete a specified assignment to be dismissed upon completion of the task. Number 3, whenever the term committee or committees is used, it shall mean both standing and special committees of the quorum court. B, standing committees enumerated. There are hereby established the following standing committees of the quorum court. Finance Committee, John David Miller, Justin Thornton, and Doug Harbor. Okay.
After them three, I need y'all three to vote on who will be the chairman. Between John David, Justin, and Doug, who do y'all want to be the chairman?
Right, John David. Go with it.
Got a motion and a second on John David being the chairman of that, so. Now we'll go to the next.
Good job. Thank you.
Public Works and Building Committee, Kelly Hatman, Rich Emmons, and Quillen Edwards. Public Health, Safety.
I'm gonna let them vote on who they wanna be.
Okay. So each one of these is gonna have a chair, is what you're
Yes,
telling me. Okay.
each one will have a chair, so.
Say Rich, Kelly,
Willing, you'll be the tie-breaking vote, so which one you want?
Unless you vote for yourself.
Unless you vote for yourself. Vote for one of them.
Hope the guy with the best hair. Okay. Rich.
Alright, congratulations, Rick.
Public Health and Safety and Human Resources Committee, Randy Sherrill, Mark Semino, and Francis Sykes.
Which one of y'all wanna be the vote for Francis?
Voting.
Randy, what do you think?
I'm voting for Mark.
Randy, it's up to you, Mark. All right, Mark.
I have more. In addition, there will be a grievance committee consisting of all the justices of the peace. A chairman for this committee will be elected by the justices at the first session of each term. Compensation. Each committee shall consist of 3 members except for the grievance committee. Appointments. In accordance with Arkansas Code 14-14-703 or other law or other state law, the county judge shall appoint all standing and special committees of the Quorum Court. D. Assignments. Each member of the Quorum Court shall have 3 committee assignments. F. Terms of members. The length of the membership for each committee shall coincide with the justice's term of office. The county judge or his designee agent shall be ex officio member of each standing and special committee. The Izard County prosecuting attorney or their deputy shall be the ex officio member of each standing and special committee. The county treasurer and the county clerk shall be the ex officio member of the budget committee. Chairpersons. G. Committee chairpersons shall be appointed by the county judge, provided that no justice of the peace may serve as the chairperson of more than one standing committee. The term of the chairperson shall coincide with the justice of the peace term of office. H. Ex officio members. Any Quorum Court committee may contain ex officio members. Ex officio members should not be counted when determining a quorum for the committee and do not have the right to vote. I. Call of meetings. Committees shall meet at the call of the chairpersons or by 2 committee members. J. Scheduling of meetings. Committees shall coordinate scheduling of meetings in order to allow attendance by committee members. Committee meetings shall be coordinated through the county judge's office. All justices of the peace shall be notified by the county judge's administrative assistant of the time and place of each committee meeting. Justice of the peace and general public alike shall be given at least 48 hours in advance notice of the meeting. Meeting time and place shall be posted at the Izard County Courthouse and, if possible, on the county website for 48 hours prior to the meeting. K. Nature of meetings. All committee meetings shall be open and public. Committees are authorized and encouraged to hold public hearings where appropriate. Representatives of the media shall be given at least 2-hour notice of the committee meetings. Overlapping issues. If an issue, problem, or program is referred to a committee which is deemed to be overlapping with another committee's responsibility, both committees shall be entitled to report findings and recommendations. M. Appointment of additional committees. The county judge may appoint other standing and special committees, which shall function in accordance with the procedure as set forth in this section. N. Minutes. The committee chairperson is responsible for taking minutes of the committee meetings. The minutes will be given to the county judge's administrative assistant for typing and distribution to all Quorum Court members prior to the next Quorum Court meeting. The minutes will become part of the permanent record. There will be no pay to the committee members. O. Reports. Committee reports will be made by the committee chairperson at the next Quorum Court meeting for all standing and special committees which have met since the last Quorum Court meeting. The committee report and minutes will be filed and become part of the permanent record but not voted upon. The chairperson of the committee may make a recommendation after giving the report, but the motion for the implementation of the recommendation from the committee reports must be made by another member of the Quorum Court. Any recommendation from the committee report will be considered immediately after the report and not delayed until new business on the agenda. C. Annual report. The chairperson of any standing or special committee of the Quorum Court shall give a report to the Quorum Court at least annually if a committee report has not previously been made during the year. Section 15, public comments. Public comments or questions at each quorum court meeting. In accordance with the agenda's order of business in section 8, number 5, the quorum court meeting, a 30-minute maximum time will be provided to the public to voice their concerns via comments and or questions on any relevant subject. The time allowed per speaker will be 3 minutes, and the county judge will allow speakers both for and against any issue. Any deviation from these guidelines will be at the discretion of the county judge. B. Public comments prior to the final decision. On any ordinance, resolution, or motion, the county judge will ensure that citizens are afforded a reasonable opportunity to participate in the discussion prior to the final decision. The discussion will be allowed if it is specified to the question being voted upon. The county judge will allow speakers both for and against any issue. The time allowed per speaker will be 3 minutes, and the total length of discussion will be at the discretion of the county judge. C. After being recognized by the county judge, anyone making a public comment will make their comments at the podium while addressing members of the quorum court. Section 16, servability. If any portion of this ordinance shall be held void, such part shall be deemed severable, and the invalidity therefore shall not affect the remaining part of this ordinance. Section 17, repeal of previous ordinances. All ordinances and parts of ordinance in conflict with this ordinance are hereby repealed. Section 18, emergency clause. As quorum court business is ongoing, necessary process for the proper conducting of county activities and budgets, and a vital service to health, safety, and well-being of the residents of Izard County, an emergency is hereby declared, and this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from date of passage.
Read that again. Does this have to be just one time? All right, a motion to suspend the rules and read by title only. I hear a second. Second from Kelly. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, say likewise. You sure you don't want to read that whole thing?
I think so. Ordinance number 2025-1, emergency ordinance. Be it enacted by the quorum court of the County of Izard, State of Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, any ordinance setting the regular meeting, time and place and procedural, and other rules of the Izard County Quorum Court.
I hear a motion to suspend the rules and read by title only a second time. A motion from Justin. Do I hear a second? Second. Second from Rich. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, say likewise.
Ordinance number 2025-1, emergency ordinance. Be it enacted by the Quorum Court of the County of Izard, State of Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance setting the regular meeting, time and place, and procedural, and other rules of the Izard County Quorum Court.
I hear a motion to approve the ordinance as read.
Make a motion.
A motion. I hear a second. Second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, say likewise. All right, JP, so y'all filled these out when you sat down. I'm just gonna let y'all know. These will, Tammy, my assistant, will put these on our website. So if anybody wants to get a hold of you, elected official or anybody in the public wants to get a hold of you, your cell phone will be posted and your emails. If you don't want it public, let us know. All right, next thing on the agenda is a resolution.
Resolution number 2025-2. Be it resolved by the Quorum Court, Izard County, State of Arkansas, a resolution entitled Former Flat Rock School Improvements to include roof, painting, and other improvements. A resolution authorizing the county judge of Izard County to apply for a grant on behalf of the former Flat Rock School. And whereas the Izard County Quorum Court has determined that the former Flat Rock School meets eligibility requirements necessary to apply for a grant under the Arkansas Rural Community Grant Programs. And whereas the former Flat Rock School has presented plans to do roof improvements and painting improvements, and whereas the Quorum Court of Izard County recognizes the need for the project, concurs its importance, and supports the former Flat Rock School in its efforts to proceed with the same. And whereas the former Flat Rock School has furnished proof that they have raised approximately $15,000 through community cash and or in-kind donations to be applied to the project as a local match. Therefore, be it resolved that the Quorum Court hereby appropriates a sum of $0 to complete the local match money requirement for the project described herein. Be it further resolved that the county judge of Izard County is hereby authorized to submit an application, a formal request to the Arkansas Rural Development Commission for purpose of securing state grant funds in the amount not to exceed $15,000 to aid and assist the former Flat Rock School in executing the proposed project described herein, that the county judge or county treasurer of Izard County is further authorized to administer the grant funds for the same project.
I don't know if y'all know where this church is at. I know, Kelly, you probably, it's, by the roadside park going towards Calico. It's a old building, and they're trying to restore it. So this should just be passed through money.
I think they've had some fundraisers and stuff and got their money put together and stuff. I talked to Arnold Harris and somebody else that hit me up that they was working on this.
Yeah, they've had lots of work.
You know, they've
And I
done,
mean,
they've done a lot of work with it already, I think, from what I'm thinking. Anyway, I'll make the motion to pass the resolution.
A motion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say likewise. Alright, road update. Izard County Road Department graded approximately 2,000 miles of county road in 2024. This is a 2024 update. We hauled approximately 1,750 loads of clay gravel. We hauled approximately 1,312 loads of crushed rock. We installed 40 culverts. We cut 220 miles with a sidearm bush hog. We cut 390 miles with a bush hog. We demolished the old bridge on Lafferty and installed a new concrete bridge. We had sections of Day Road, Weidman Road, Boswell Road, Lunenburg Road resurfaced. We widened a low water bridge on Jumbo Road. And I don't know if y'all remember, but due to the winter storm at the first of the year last year, we spent approximately 3 weeks of cleaning debris off the road right of ways. And then due to that winter disaster, we declared a disaster. We figured about $376,000 of damage that we turned into the FEMA. And we should get somewhere around 131 of that back. That was my road update.
What bridge did you widen at Jumbo?
That one right before you get to the Boswell Road, we added 4 foot to the width of that. They was hauling hay out of there and couldn't.
Make the turn
Yeah.
and stuff.
We widened it a little bit. Sheriff, you got anything?
I passed out our report, and then anybody has any questions, feel free to call. And the same numbers are also been posted on our Facebook page under the year end of it.
Warren, you got anything?
Good.
Michael, how's everything up the hill?
That's good, it's been a big part of the day, kind of planning our 4-H camps and workshops that are coming up here. We'll be bothering some of y'all for graduates.
Just holler.
That'll be a good plan.
Anybody got anything else?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
we need to delegate a justice for a delegate for our Quorum Court, he left, so
Yes.
we need to delegate a member.
So the Association of Counties has a meeting every year in August, I believe, and around August the 20th, I believe. And, it's in April this year?
Well,
Oh, no.
Actually, Quorum Court members have a meeting in April, and then they have the AHC in August.
Okay, yeah. So, there's 2 meetings there that you can go to represent Izard County, so. Anybody be willing to attend them?
Are you retired?
Anybody?
When you need to know that.
I don't know if it says in here, the dues will,
Probably by the end of this month.
I was just thinking if somebody wanted time to look.
And we can have multiple.
I was
mean,
just
they
thinking
don't
if
have to
somebody
just
could
be
see
one.
if they can make it fit in their schedule, you know.
thank you for your prompt attention to this matter.
Got your footmarks name down, and if anybody else wants to attend, feel free.
I'll get you a copy.
Well,
Yeah, it's April, first meeting's April 6th. Had to give, I'm sure there'll be an agenda coming out, that's all it says for now.
Joe, you can put my name in.
Okay.
Mark Henry. Alright, anybody got anything else?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Got a motion, do I hear a second? Second, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Thank y'all. Welcome all of our new guys to the, and girls to the court. That is, and so that is your budget book.